Do you think you're saving enough money? Are you just socking away money? Are you actually watching your Social Security estimates every month just to make sure you're paying in enough? Well, that's kind of what I do, but you actually might think that might be plenty. But our next guest is here to tell us I think we're really wrong. Actually, we need to start over from scratch. So we have Adam Wolf here joining us, and he's from a Jacksonville retirement coach right here in the area, and he's a leading financial advisor right here in Jacksonville. And he joins us every Tuesday. So if you guys want to join in every Tuesday just to, listen to see what we have and what we're talking about, because there's always something interesting. But I want to go into today, I think a lot of people, that's all they want is that magic number to save. They just want to sock away money, and they think that that's plenty. But you say that's a danger.
Yeah, a lot of folks that I meet with for the first time, are coming in and they may think they're doing exactly what they need to do to prepare for. Some of them are, but a lot of folks are making mistakes. Now, the mistakes can be very small mistakes, but some of them can be very large. So making sure you're aware and you identify those mistakes and then find ways to tweak and fix is the name of the game.
Well, I want to go through those 5 mistakes because I want to learn from it as well. We've got 5 that we need to go through. Let's go through the first one, and that's carrying debt. I always thought that was a good thing. You're saying maybe it's not a good thing.
Yeah, as we get closer to retirement, a lot of folks' goals are to get the debt paid off, whether it's paying off the mortgage or getting that credit card debt under control. That's a big one because, you think of it, you may have a lot more income while you're working to put towards the debt, and it basically drags in retirement having that additional interest and overall debt service to contend with. Now, some folks can't get it paid off, but a lot of folks try to, and actually I set folks up with some strategies to, let's get those goals accomplished, and if it is paying off debt and reducing the overall interest.
Yeah, it's like you can never catch up. That interest just always eats you up over time, so that makes sense.
Yes.
Okay, well, so what about number 2, not investing wisely? We always think we're investing wisely, right? So not investing wisely is a danger.
Yeah, sometimes, okay, so the big one I see is like the get-rich-quick schemes. I still see some of those. If there's any kind of investment or any kind of strategy out there, and it's not with a big custodian, a big bank, a big insurance company, or like, a large custodian like Fidelity or Schwab, and you're giving your money to someone in hopes of returns, whether it's a high interest rate that if it seems too good to be true, it usually is, and I still see that.
Absolutely. Okay, that makes sense. Okay, what about fail to adjust your risk level?
This is probably the biggest mistake I see. I see a lot of folks coming in, maybe they're 5 years out, 3 years out from retirement or in retirement, and they have all of this stock exposure, but they don't necessarily need it based on the income that they need to generate to replace those paychecks in retirement. So, you may be taking too much risk when you don't need to take the risk at all, and until you actually analyze it, you may be making that mistake.
Super important. Okay, and then not facing healthcare, factoring healthcare costs.
Yeah, it's one of the largest. That and the tax cost is one of the largest costs in retirement that folks face. Whether it's the premiums that you're paying for insurance or Medicare premiums and supplemental insurance premiums, but also the out-of-pocket, the long-term care costs for a lot of those costs that Medicare doesn't pick up. So you can either, self-insure, pay it yourself, or, turn it over the risk and pay, for some type of insurance product to help hedge and help pay for that those costs down the road. There's plans out there available for that.
Yeah, and there's lots available. Okay, and then probably most importantly, a tax strategy needed.
Yeah, so I see it all the time where the folks come in and meet with me for the first time, and they're anxious about, those tax bills that are out there. They're so expensive, and they are expensive in retirement as well. So it's one of the largest costs in retirement, and most people are used to getting their income, after taxes and after insurance, direct deposited into their account. But when you're not working, you don't have that. So that tax bill can be very, very big, and then making sure that your financial plan is married to your tax plan, because if you can have a great financial and tax plan, you're going to save a lot of money.
Oh, we always want to save money, don't we? We just want to save all that money and have all that money for retirement so we can have a lot of fun later. And if you're afraid that you're making these mistakes, a lot of us are, let's be honest. If you just maybe want to see where you stand, give Adam a call for a complimentary stress test, and the number to call is 904-232 8760. And again, I just want you to kind of reiterate what the stress test includes.
Yeah, that's great because people could come in free of charge. Not a lot of stress. We're going to give you one of Jacksonville's best cups of coffee to take some of that anxiety away. And then we're going to review all of your accounts, your IRAs, your 401ks to see exactly how much you're paying in fees, because if we could save fees over 20, 30, 40 years of retirement, you're going to save tens of hundreds of thousands of dollars potentially. Also look at the risk within your accounts to see if you're adequately risked, and then give you a great education and empower you to make great decisions with your money. Now you can do it with your own advisor or your professional that you're working with, or you can have us maybe tweak some things for you. The choice is yours.
That's perfect. All right, we'll take the choice of Adam Wolf. And again, the number to call is 904-232-8760. Space is absolutely limited, so you must be nearing retirement or already retired if you're one of the lucky ones to qualify. And you can also just email him if you feel like emailing, just to ask a few questions, because those questions might end up right here on the air, which would be a lot of fun too, because
cool.
we all learn from everybody's questions and answers. So that would be great. And his email address is questions@jacksonvillesretirementcoach.com.